Okay. Let me introduce myself as well. My name is Kithsiri, Samarasinghe, and I'm a senior lecturer attached to Department of Electronics and Telecom Engineering. So I'll be conducting this module for you in this semester. In the last batch also I did, and I saw the feedback, and I saw that student appreciated the module. I hope, and I have improved a little bit this year. I hope it will be to your liking. Okay, moving forward, this particular module is introduced as a life skill module by the university, because the university wants you to be a happy person in life and also a successful professional. Therefore, these kind of life skill courses are very important. Actually, they empower us. They empower us to this kind of course to engineer the thought process, as I mentioned earlier, so that we do the thought, we allow the thought process to function with awareness. And also we have an objective of generating inner happiness using the correct thought processes. Because it's a life skill course, unlike most other subjects that you learn. For example, the engineering subjects you learn, that content keeps changing, and the knowledge you get may be outdated by about say 10 years, 15 years, 20 years of time. And you have to keep updating that engineering knowledge. Whereas a life skill like this, once you learn the techniques, it is just the practice required as the life moves on to improve. That's why these courses are important in our engineering curriculum, because, as I mentioned earlier, university wants you to be happy professional. Therefore, please make use of the ideas in this course to manage your life and direct your life towards a happy life. Okay, this is the outline of what you can achieve at the end of this course. If I may go through one by one, you will be able to explain basic concepts of meditation. And I saw about 50% of you saying that you have certain ideas, knowledge about meditation. That's really good. Then number two, the skills of mindfulness. Mindfulness is a major part in our course to improve the performance as a student or as an engineer. Then you will be able to use the skill of meditation for relaxation. It's number three, third objective. The fourth objective is use the skill of meditation for improving your concentration ability, and also the memory will be very useful during the upcoming semesters, as well as in your professional life. That ability, number four. Number five, use the skill of meditation for managing any stress situations. I have included a part called stress management, about one lecture, which will help to manage the stress situations that we have to face from time to time in our lives. Okay, so these should be your abilities after you have gone through our course. Of course, this time it is online, So we'll see how the practical assessments can be done. But this is what we did last year. We had 3 quizzes because this is 100% continuous assessment. These in-class quizzes that we can do online. Practical assessments, we will find a way later. And finally, there is a report, a written report to be produced, the format of which I will give you later. So the marks are distributed like this. This is to start with, just to give you an overall picture of the course. After that, we will come to the real content of the meditation. Okay. If you have any questions while we move on, please type it into the chat so that from time to time I look at the chat and see and try to elaborate whatever you're asking. Okay. So we start with the introduction. First, you can reflect on yourself, think of yourself and your relationships with other people around you, like your family members, your relationship with them, and also you have relationships with the batchmates, teachers, school teachers, and maybe you have a lot of friends on Facebook and social media. That kind of relationships are also there. So how do you pose yourself in each of these relationships? You may notice, if you reflect carefully, these interactions you have with the others are like what we call a role play. We are playing a role. For example, when you are in your home, you may be playing the role of the family member, the role of the son or the daughter. And when you are in classroom, you may be playing the role of a student. Right now, I am also playing the role of the teacher here. So the life is full of role play. And if we can categorize these different roles we play, it will be helpful to understand our daily life and also our full life. Okay, I will categorize our roles into 4 major categories. One is known as the citizen role, you as a citizen of the country. I'll explain it further later. At the moment, only the name, citizen role. And sometimes you play the professional role as an engineer. Right now, maybe as a student. Then you play the role of the family member. Then you play the role of the individual who you are. Right. So 4 major roles we will be playing. Even during a day, if you consider one day, you will find that you switch between these roles from time to time and play that particular role for a certain period and then switch to another role. So even our day may be switching between these roles. And our week will unfold, the month will unfold in such a way that we continually play and switch between these roles. That's how the life goes, isn't it? if you take the first one, the citizen role, when you walk into the road or the market, you are just a citizen. Nobody knows that you are an electrical engineering student. And as a citizen, you have certain responsibilities, which we call social responsibilities. There are certain rules in the country, social rules, ethics, and certain behavior is expected from you when you walk out into the society. Think about it. Am I fulfilling such social responsibilities, social ethics when I'm out there? I'm sure you are. So reflect upon it right now. Okay, then in office or in the class as a student right now, but later in your office, you will be playing what is called the professional role of your life. So you have chosen that professional role to be an electrical engineer. That of course can even change later, because there are, I have seen there are engineers who later change the role to become managers or to become financial analyst, and they switch the profession also. But not many, but I have seen even the professional role, some people let it evolve. And in office, you have professional responsibilities, professional ethics. That's what you are learning right now in the 4-year course in the university. How to carry out those responsibilities, how to maintain professional ethics. So certain skill set is required, and some of the skills you have acquired already, some are missing. And right now you are going through this 4-year course to bridge the gap between the expected professional behavior and what you as yourself right now. Okay, the third one is the family member role. You may be fitting into the role of the son or the daughter right now, but in the future, you may be fitting into the role of father or mother, husband or wife likewise, and later maybe grandpa, grandmother. I'm sure you will play that role as well in your life. So think further like that. Family member role is an important role that we have to play, and the rules there are quite different to that professional role we used to play. The professional way of speaking we can't use at home, isn't it? Even the speaking, behaving, everything is different. And each role has a family responsibility. Right now, you may be aware of the responsibility of being a son, being a daughter. But as the life unfolds, you will have to be learning the skill set of being a father or mother or grandfather, grandmother, likewise. Family member role is an important role in our lives. In this course, I would like to request you to think of your whole life, the big picture, the broad picture, rather than thinking like a student. Then the last role, the fourth one, the most important one, is actually the individual role. And as a person, a human in this life, you have certain, you may have to identify still, what are my self responsibilities towards myself? What are the ethics there? What are the rules? And we are in a human life, and there are certain questions to be answered. Who am I? And what am I seeking in this life? What do I expect from this life? That kind of philosophical questions will be important to identify your own responsibilities towards yourself. Especially this meditation, this kind of a skill, meditation skill, is improving this particular role known as the individual role. Significant improvement can be achieved. Other roles, of course, will improve as a result of the improvement of the individual role through meditation. Okay, so I presented the 4 roles that you will have to play and switch between while the life is unfolding. You may have noticed by now, since you reflected upon it, you may have noticed that each role has quite different responsibilities and quite different expectations of behavior from others, and different behavioral patterns. Look at the behavioral patterns of father, mother, teacher, grandpa, and then you can see. So the most important thing is that to play each role well, because the skill set for each role is different, how do I achieve the skill set for each role? How much have I achieved so far, and how much do I have to achieve in future? You have to be conscious about this, and then consciously approach identifying these skills and achieving them. Otherwise, what you will find is that you will be in a particular situation where some skills have not been consciously achieved, and you are in embarrassing situations when such roles are to be played. Okay, different people, if you think of others, you will see that they are also going through this role play and switching between role play. Each of them, you can notice, have the skill sets, have achieved the skill set. Some have achieved the skills purposely with awareness. Some have achieved it on the go as experiences. But what I would recommend is think of your whole life now and think of the 4 roles that you will have to play, and become aware, fully aware of the skills required, and try to achieve those skills slowly. At this point, when people, we will discuss this question, when people are playing these roles, you see your mother playing these multiple roles, your father playing these multiple roles and switching between them, your teachers playing, and what are they seeking by playing all those roles? Now, we will go to a small feedback at this moment. Let me share. I'm using this Padlet for a certain polls. Let me share a particular Padlet with you on the chat. Give me a minute. I'm pasting a link on the chat. Click on that link and a Padlet will open, and there will be a small question there and you can answer that. Let's try that now. Hope you can see the Padlet in that link. Can I get a feedback? Link is not in the chat. Oh, okay, okay. I will try and send again. Okay, okay. I made a mistake and sending to only one student. I will make it to everyone. Hope you can see it now. Okay, it should be visible to you by now, I think. Okay, in this course, you can think broadly about your life, not only as a student, not as an engineer, but the whole life as a person. When you answer this question, you can write anywhere on the wall, anything you like, be frank. I would like you to enter your index number at the top when you answer, or the name. Index number is preferred. You can type it at the top, maybe not within the message, but anyway, it's okay somewhere. It's a serious question, isn't it? I think you all, others also can see. I think you can see my screen. Okay, so from the screen, what I can notice is that the word live happily comes many times from many of you. Happiness and freedom, some of you have said. Happy and serve the society. Some have mentioned inner peace, feel contentment. Okay, really, thank you so much for participating in that small survey. Let me go back to our previous slides. So if we ask the same question from others, this is the answer. You can see the happiness is what many would say. That is a bigger dream in their life. So people, you can notice people go through this role play of playing the citizen role and playing the professional role, playing a family member role and all that. It finally comes to an individual goal of happiness, isn't it? So that's a part of the individual role, the fourth role I mentioned. So in all your replies, I can see this word. And if you ask this from many people in the society, you will still hear this word. What does that mean? By doing this various role play, people are after one thing, the happiness. And some might think that the happiness may come through your belongings. Some might think the happiness may come through your loved ones. Some may think happiness may come through the wealth you have created. Some others may think happiness may come through the professional practice of engineering. Likewise, we have different opinions about how to achieve happiness, but we are clear on one thing, that happiness is what we want. The big dream is that. So by playing the four roles, if each role keep increasing our happiness, that's great, isn't it? But you find that in some people, think of not as student, but as a citizen, you will find some people, some of these roles don't contribute to their happiness. Actually, some are played miserably. For example, there are people who have messed up in the family life, and the family member role is a disaster in some people's lives. In some people's lives, the professional role is a disaster. Some people's life, the citizen role is a disaster. And in many people's lives, the individual role has not been properly identified, and some have made a mess out of it. And that should not happen to you. You must think that should not happen to me. And I will have to be successful at all four levels, all four roles, in order to call my life a successful life. Because if you achieve great success in one role, let's say professional role, by contributing a lot of your resources and energy to that role only, your other roles may be affected and you might finally end up unsuccessfully. For example, you would notice that most of the Nobel Prize winners in mathematics had a disastrous life towards the end of their career. And the suicide rate is very high among them because maybe they put all their resource, energy, and everything to professional role only, without thinking of the other roles. So what I'm suggesting is be aware that there are four roles to play. Be aware that the skill sets are different in the four roles. And if you have to be successful in all four roles, you have to achieve the correct skill set needed for all the four roles. Rather than highlighting just one or two, rather than putting everything you have into achieving huge success in one role. Maybe that's not a good plan for life. My suggestion, plan ahead to succeed in all four levels by thinking of the conscious, becoming aware and conscious of the skills that you require to be successful. And since you have already assigned that word happiness with the success, in other words, what I'm trying to say is that we should achieve happiness in all four roles, not just by one role. So the conclusion of our survey and also many surveys is that happiness is a measure of success rather than the wealth or rather than the knowledge you have, the degrees, the academic qualifications you have. Rather than all that, the amount of happiness you carry from place to place every day is the measure of success to me. So if you plot an axis called happiness, maybe at the moment you are at a certain level, at a certain level of average happiness. Of course, the happiness index value may change during the day. It may go up and down as we proceed through our day. But on average, you may be somewhere. So our goal has to be to increase it gradually on this axis as the life unfolds. And on average, the average value should keep on going up as the life progresses. So that has to be the target. And there can be lots of difficulties in between. But if you keep this as an objective of your life, slowly increasing the happiness index in all four roles gradually towards the end, that will be a really valuable way of life. And to have that kind of a life, that individual role should be understood very carefully. That's what the meditation will help you to do. Okay, there are two approaches to this success or the happiness. One approach is outside-in approach. Which, if I draw it like this, the outermost layer is the social layer in your life. Then you have professional level behavior. Then you have family level. Finally, you have the individual or personal level. And for you to be happy at the individual level, the outside-in approach is to assume that your family members should make you happy, or your boss or the professional peers must make you happy, or the society in general, the government should make you happy. So the expectation is that the others around you in these four roles should contribute to your happiness. And it is expecting others to make me happy. That approach is known as outside-in approach. Many people follow that. Of course, it might work to some extent, but we have to ask the question, will other people always have time to make me happy? Will the professional peers, will the society or the government be always making me happy? Will they have time? Will they have resources for that? If you adopt this approach, one danger is that this approach may fail from time to time, and you can be sure that it's bound to fail sooner or later, so that you will find a lot of unhappy times in your life. So average happiness level in that axis may not continuously go up as the life unfolds. There is an alternative. Alternative is this life skill of engineering our thoughts from within. That means understanding the individual role very well and playing that role using the toolkit given by the meditation, and generate happiness from within the mind. And then maybe if you are abundantly happy, the happiness may outflow to the family level. Family members will feel it, and it will be good for them, and that can outflow to the office and in general to the society. So in this method, inside out approach, we generate happiness from within and then extend it, let it flow to the surroundings, the family first and the office likewise, allow it to flow outwards. This is the alternative approach. Meditators will find that approach easier. And the good thing about it is that it is unlikely to fail like the other method. So I want you to consider this, which approach to success out of these two approaches you would like to choose. Think carefully about it. So meditation gives us a toolkit to handle our thought process, which is not engineering of the thought process of the mind, to make the mind happy, make it peaceful, and make your life beautiful in general. So we will have a break here, 10 minutes break. Use the other link to join for the second session. If I summarize what I just mentioned, we studied about the 4 roles of the life, and we identified there are different skill sets required, and we are achieving them. We are halfway, and we have to consciously achieve the skill sets to be successful in all 4 levels. The success we would like to define by the amount of happiness you have, happiness you carry, happiness you give out to other people. So that's the summary of the first session. Have a short break. We'll meet again in about 10 minutes using the other link. Thank you.